All right, everyone, welcome back into another PrizePicks and Underdog video. Going to be touching on the top prop bets today in the NBA, which today might be a little bit difficult. We're going to be getting a lot of news. Let's start with that. So yes, it is NBA trade deadline day. There's going to be a lot of trades that are going on today. Right before I started this video, there was a bunch that broke. So it's going to be more difficult to give you guys prop advice because of that. Like Buddy Hield was just traded today. The Knicks just acquired Alec Burks. Not really for much. Dallas now has Daniel Gafford on their squad, which centers against Dallas is still going to be a thing there. Got to see if Milwaukee's going to make a move. OKC just traded for Gordon Hayward. So there's just a lot that we have to deal with today, so it's going to be very difficult for me to really break down this slate for you guys like I typically would, which for me does suck because, well, yesterday was a good day, 5 for 6 on the day. One college basketball prop missed and he went off in the second half. A little bit annoying there because it seemed like we were going to go 6 for 6. Still went 3 for 3 on Underdog. Gotta see if that one hits today as well because I had 4 slips on that. But really strong day again yesterday. I was able to use that with the Wemby discounted square that we got, basically a taco there. So good stuff there again. Hopefully we can continue that today. So with that being said, guys, with us not knowing really who's going to get traded and whatnot, I'm just going to touch on these prop bets that we are currently getting because I feel like that's really the only route I can go, right? Like I just don't know who's going to get traded. This is like preparing for injuries, but much more difficult. So with that, let's just talk about Jonathan Kuminga over PRA. We can see that's already going to be a better bet on something like Underdog where it's a half lower there. So that's going to be a good starting point on both sides, really, as you can see. And I don't know, guys, did they change this for you guys? Because I'm like pretty sure the more used to be right here, and now it's flipped and it's like a little bit different user interface here. I'm pretty sure, like I'm not going crazy, right? But I'm pretty sure it's different. Anyways, looking at this is a good match. I mean, this is going to be a pace-up spot for the Golden State Warriors, assuming that Kuminga still gets his run that he has been getting. He has kind of been the biggest, I don't want to say the biggest difference maker, but with everyone else kind of not playing well, he's been the other consistent producer along with Curry. So I can get behind this one. Again, does make for a better bet on something like Underdog because on something like Underdog, this is cash for the past 5 slates. So I do agree this is going to be a good prop bet. And then we did have Wendell Carter popping up as a good prop bet as well. Carter has been someone lately that has been getting a little bit more run, and he also is going to get a very good matchup going against the Spurs. We've been targeting centers against the Spurs, so right now I can get behind this. This is banking on him getting 26 or so minutes and him averaging 8 points per minute, but this is very much a bet on the matchup. Now, what's concerning is that you look at his last few overs, they've been in difficult matchups. In the games that were easy matchups, Detroit, Spurs, Dallas, he did not get the over, so that does not give me the warm and fuzzies, but all in all, this is going to be a good prop bet for us on the day today. And looking at it right now, like that's really, I mean, we got Curry for under his assist at 5.5. I am going to assume that that's going to get bumped. Kuminga one has already been bumped. We got Trey Jones for over his fantasy score at 27. We can see the average sportsbook line would have that set at 30. That does feel like a pretty good one there as well. Not a great one. Don't love players going up against Orlando in general, and he is someone where the minutes can fluctuate. Pop really just, you can't really trust the minutes with him for the most part. So yeah, extremely difficult slate, and that's, I mean, we're really not getting that many prop bets across the board, specifically fantasy score wise, which hopefully, as you guys know by now, that is where we are typically getting our biggest edge on a day-to-day basis. And so hopefully, you know, by lineup lock, we're getting more prop bets for NBA. I don't really feel the need to dwell on this too much. Let's jump into Underdog a little bit. I'll show you guys some college basketball props, and then yeah, we're gonna be getting out of here. So yeah, just reiterating, Jonathan Kuminga much better on Underdog today, so does seem to be a slightly better day on Underdog. Now with that being said, man, guys, college basketball wise, and I'm just gonna switch this up, and hopefully you guys know this by now, like I want to give you guys the best prop bets each day. I know some people just come in and want an NBA video. I start with that. I just want to give you guys the best prop bets each day. And hopefully, obviously, if you guys have been using the picks, it's been good. But hopefully you guys have been using them to your advantage. Like this. Brandon Carlson. Huge edge here. Like, again, this should never be 3 for a difference. Okay, so the data is kind of telling us a middling here. So the average sportsbook line would have this set at 28, his line. So at 30.7, you can kind of see what Underdog got there. But you can also see the projection data really likes Brandon Carlson to get over that. But also, PrizePicks is clearly the outlier here. So betting the over on PrizePicks for this is simply going to be the better bet. I actually have been saving my Patrick Mahomes free squares. For the most part, I have 2 left. As you guys know, I like to just use that a free square or discounts and just bet them 5 individually. So like yesterday, for example, something like this, and I'll just do my 5 favorite prop bets for each slate. That's why I tell you guys to do for Taco Tuesday. That's why Taco Tuesday was a profitable Taco Tuesday. That's why it typically is. Okay. So like yesterday, it might not seem like much, but you know, $35 of profit, we'll take that. Again, they're trying to give us free money. I went 4 for 5 as an FY yesterday with that. But they're trying to give us free money. Okay, take advantage of that. That's what I tell you guys to do on Taco Tuesday. That's what I've been doing with the Patrick Mahomes free square so far. 1 miss, 2 hits. So already I'm at a slight profit there of $5 for sure, with 2 of them already hitting. And that's just because if you do that in the long term, it's going to pay off. And I know I spent too much time on this. I just want to touch on that strategy. But my point being, Carlson is, I don't want to say it's a free square, but this is essentially getting a taco. This is essentially getting a discount. So I really do like that one. And for what it's worth, guys, Underdog has been doing this. Okay. And so like what I actually don't mind doing is you can kind of split it. You could essentially bet higher for one of these. Okay. And really all these are going to be good. They are. Wagner's probably the one I like the most. But then you could also bet Brandon Carlson for the under. Again, there's a decent chance for middling there, but that way you're kind of ensuring yourself you're going to have profit on the day. Like that is an okay way about attacking, but that's the point. Like this is such a big prop line difference that it is a seemingly decent edge that we are getting there. Okay, enough time on that. We are seeing Tony Perkins as another pretty good middling opportunity. Again, it does, I don't know, this definitely just seems like a middling because 2 different lines between PrizePicks and Underdog. You look at the average sportsbook line, it's kind of a green with 32 more, but then the projection data is green with 37. That's the thing with college basketball. We're typically not getting continuity across the lines. It's typically, we're seeing a lot of discrepancies there. But for now, it's a small slate for college basketball. We should not be getting 2 prop bets that are seemingly good edges. So I do like those 2. And then for what it's worth, I'll show you guys Underdog as well. Underdog, Golden for under, his fantasy score is decent. Bello for his is okay, so nothing too much. And you guys can see the Brandon Carlson one really not popping up in there because, again, it's a much better bet on PrizePicks on paper. So for me, for the bet of the day for PrizePicks, you guys probably could have guessed this slip if you were watching the full video. Here we go. Wendell Carter for over fantasy score. Again, don't feel that great about this one, but, you know, it's the best prop bet that we currently have. I do agree that it is a good matchup. Kaminga just kind of riding the hot hand there. Hopefully it gets the over. Again, better prop bet there on Underdog. And then Carlson for over fantasy score, we saw that's one of the better ones. Again, if you want to pair that with the Mahomes free square, hopefully it hits. If you do that, again, you could also bet the under on Underdog because this should not be a 3 for a prop line difference. And then Tony Perkins for his less than fantasy score, we saw about a 2 for a fantasy score difference between PrizePicks and Underdog, a seemingly good edge there as well. And then looking at Underdog, these are currently my 3 best ones. Obviously, Kaminga is a great EV bet that we have on today's slate. Golden for under fantasy score is one of the better ones that are popping up. And then just trying to take advantage of the middling opportunity that we have with Brendan Carlson. Again, that it should never be that big of a prop line difference. And then I do want to call out, we do have those free squares on Underdog right now. They've been doing that throughout the whole Super Bowl. If you want to just pair one of these with that, by all means, go for that. If you guys do, just a reminder, and you guys have never signed up, like this is a good time to sign up. I don't want to like tell people you sign up for Underdog or whatnot, but like one, they're an established company. That's why I like covering them and PrizePicks. They're pretty established. I could start to cover Sleeper. I know some people in the comments want me to do that. The other prop bet companies that are out there, I don't know about their longevity. There's a lot of companies that are trying to get in there. That's why I have a deal with Underdog first and foremost, is because I know that they're going to be here for a long time. They got a good brand. And also I don't have a deal with PrizePicks for the simple fact that I cover them the most. Okay. I don't want my information to come off as biased. That's why I don't touch on Underdog too much. That's why I highlight PrizePicks more, because again, I don't want it to seem like I'm telling you guys, oh, spend your money because it helps me. No, that's not it at all. But that being said, if you guys are going to take advantage of the free square on Underdog and you haven't signed up before, use the promo code 9to5. That does help out the channel. That's going to be all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you guys want access to the tools, head on over to 9to5sports.com. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cashing.